Retz auf YouTube. Herzlich willkommen zum Let's Play Divinity Original Sin. So, nachdem wir jetzt das Tutorial hier durchgespielt haben, geht's aufs höhere Deck. Tutorial hat man schon gemerkt, man muss sich hier wirklich alles Mögliche genau angucken und eventuelle Kisten noch freiräumen, damit man Gegenstände findet. Na gut. Da ist die...
Why, you're looking a bit more chipper.
Die Sivan.
Yes. Looks like that collar fits you snugly enough. Nice bit of work, even if I do say so myself.
Ja, diesen Halsring habe ich hier. Der hält mich hier irgendwie gefangen oder so. Schau ich mal.
Empty. Empty.
Auswahl von Büchern. Nee, Bücherreihe. Auch nix. Groteskes Gefäß.
This again.
Nehmen wir mal zweimal. Irgendwann ist nämlich die Gewichtsgrenze auch erreicht. Schädel mit Kerze. Kann ich nichts machen. So. Schädel ohne Kiefer. Einen Schädel ohne Kiefer kann ich nehmen. Und einen kleinen Folianten. Destillationsblase. Gegenstand drücke ich. Jetzt kann ich, weiß ich, einen Apfel und eine leere Flasche und dann kriege ich einen Medizintrank. Oder was? Nichts. Hm. Na gut, muss ich später noch irgendwie lernen, wie das geht. Eine Laborausrüstung kann ich mitnehmen. Okay. Und da bin ich gekommen. So. Ja.
Now, where did I leave my calipers?
Ah. Oh oh, Sympathie fallen, weil ich das Buch klauen wollte. Achso, jetzt, oh oh. Schleichen. Schleichen erfolgreich. Achso, Moment. Schleichmodus deaktivieren.
There you are.
Da
Not
dreht
too
sie sich
tight, I
um.
hope. The collar, I mean. Oh, not to worry. Every dog has to get used to its leash.
Na, die ist aber ganz schön gemein.
In the meantime, your next stop will be Magister William. All passengers have to be registered in the ship's manifest, and he's the chap in charge of the logs. You'll find him on the other side of this deck, in the officers' quarters.
No marks, no indications of a struggle.
Okay.
Is he?
Ah.
Oh well. Some problems simply sort themselves, don't they?
Da habe ich jetzt nicht aufgepasst. So. Ja, warum
Why, for my
Halsring?
peace of mind, of course. Why don't you try casting one of those source spells of yours? See what happens.
Ah ja, okay. Kann er also zaubern?
Currents of magic surge inside you, boiling, bursting, then breaking, only to fade back into your soul like rain into the earth.
Und merke, ich kann nicht zaubern, weil...
My, look at the concentration on your face. All will, but no result. There you have it. See? The collar's function. It neuters you of sorts. Makes you unable to cast source.
Okay.
For your own peace of mind, of course. Yours and the whole world's.
It seems as though there's a pattern in the blood flow. That can't be natural.
Tja.
Don't
Was
you
Freches
dare!
sagen hier?
If you violate the virtue of my carpet, I'll do a good thing worse and put a collar around your neck.
Index fingers pressed to her lips, she pauses a moment to give you a scrutinizing gander.
My word, you do seem a bit befuddled, don't you? Perhaps I was a bit too generous with that sedative. Oh, well, I'm sure you'll soon gather your wits. Most likely. Eventually. In the meantime, all you need to know is that we're en route to Fort Joy. A new life awaits, and if you're a particularly good girl, perhaps a cure as well. An end to Source. For good.
Okay. Jetzt soll ich der hier stehen, dass ich unter Deck schon Magister platt gemacht hat? Oder lieber verschwinden.
Did the murderer take him into this room?
Ha.
Or was he already here?
Aber ich hab ihn ja nicht umgebracht, war ja der andere Typ und ich hab den dann umgebracht. Kann ich also erzählen?
She frowns and peers at you closely, resting the back of one hand on your forehead and taking...
Ah ja.
Delusions such as these are rare, but not unheard of.
Okay,
I
sie glaubt
recommend
mir
a cup
nicht.
of mulled wine and another night's sleep. Just take it easy.
Okay, sie glaubt mir nicht. Wenn ich jetzt hier rumgehe und hier schleiche, kann ich dann das Buch klauen? Ja. Noch was zum Klauen? Goldcage. Kanne? Brauche ich eine Kanne? So. Sie hat aber jetzt nicht gesehen, dass ich das Buch gestohlen habe. Sagt sie dazu
You've been
irgendwas?
collared and you've been told why. There really is no need for you to linger.
Okay, verstehe.
Did the murderer take him into this room?
Oh oh.
Was he already here?
Verstand hat ja nicht geklappt. Finesse.
Did the murderer take him into this room?
52 Bestechung. Versuch mal dieses Finesse-Ding. Mal sehen, was passiert. Oh, 2 hätte ich gebraucht. Also, hat nicht geklappt. Ich kann jetzt nur noch angreifen? Ist der... Und hier sind noch 2 Typen? Oh oh. Sterbe ich hier gleich. Jetzt sterbe ich hier gleich am Anfang, oder was? Na gut. Wir werden's sehen, wir werden's sehen. Verpasst ihr erstmal auf jeden Fall hier einen von hinten. Die kann ich dann noch einsetzen.
Glory is mine.
Na, das nimmt doch kein gutes Ende hier. Kann ich hier runtergehen? Falltür. So. Jetzt bin ich geflohen. Aber bin ich da wieder hoch hier? Gibt es einen anderen Weg? Nee, ne? So, das ist ja einfach nur das Tutorial-Gebiet. Da kann ich ja gar nichts machen. Hier. Dem Schaf kann ich reden. Dann muss ich mich dem stellen.
No marks.
Ach, ist hier auf zurück?
Indications of a struggle.
Ist das wieder auf die Voreinstellung zurück? Offenbar.
Good gods! There's been a murder here.
Ah, okay. Die kämpfen jetzt nicht mehr, aber ich könnte ein Geschenk anbieten, um was wieder gut zu machen. So. Limonade, Becher Wasser, Hering, Wasserpfeilspitze, Limonade. Okay. Ah, Sympathiepreise. Das geht halt ganz schön schnell, aber ich kann jetzt was kaufen, aber ich will doch gar nichts kaufen. Schenken. So, ich kann
No
was schenken.
marks. No indications of a struggle.
Schädel ohne Kiefer. Nein. So und so viel Gold ist das wert. So ein Goldkelch wäre natürlich ein angemessenes Geschenk. Ich versuch's trotzdem mal mit dem Schädel. Am Ende baut man irgendwas Cooles aus dem Schädel. Wie sieht's denn aus hier mit dem goldenen Kelch? So. Sympathielose plus 48. Ach so, der Wert in Gold wird auf die Sympathie aufgetragen. Was haben wir jetzt hier? Kaputter Gefallenheitsring. Muss ich erstmal mit denen reden, bestimmt. Ach komm, die haben jetzt alle, weil sie mit mir gekämpft haben.
Dallas is such a dear lending it to me.
So, was schenken wir dem jetzt hier? Mal dem einfach 50 Gold schenken. Dann ist die Sympathie wieder auf 0. So.
Ugly sight, isn't it? Burns me up this happened under our protection. We're extremely lucky no Voidwalker followed the source that did this. Finn didn't see it like that. He was desperate for us to help him. Two things scared the living daylights out of him. His own shadow and his own source. We'll find out who did this. Speaking of...
She looks up at you with a mirthless smile.
I was on duty in your room when the murder happened. You were asleep the whole time. Didn't even stir. You're one of the only indisputably innocent people on the ship. Unless you can commit murder in your sleep, of course.
Aha. Das ist ja schon mal interessant.
Finn was killed by Source. If a Magister could do that, there wouldn't be a Magister.
Also die Magister können keine Quellen.
It looks more like a passenger managed to slip their collar. And the rest, well, you see the evidence in front of you. Listen, I could use someone to keep their ears open among the passengers. Sometimes they clam up in front of a uniform. Bring me a good lead, and I'll throw in a shiny gold coin for you. How about that?
Also da lasse ich mich jetzt mal drauf ein. Eine gute Spur.
Thanks. I just want to catch whoever did this before they hurt anyone else.
Once before out there. Wow.
Cute.
Hey, I know who you are. You're a singer. My mum likes you.
Meine Fans.
Wow, you look cool. I like your hair. I like.
Okay, so.
Don't you get saucy with me when you clearly don't know the first thing about sauce.
Der Hund sagt Bell.
It was one of them. I know it. Would you put a knuckle in it? I'm trying to concentrate. They don't care about us. We're like cattle to them.
Well, you aren't here on my list. Scram, eh? We're trying to catch a killer here.
One of us wouldn't kill our own. They're picking us off one by one.
Can we just skip to the part where I reassure you?
Well, what have we here? A fresh face in this stale hell. Let's size you up, shall we? See if you'll do.
The lizard looks you up and down, like a farmer would a fetching horse.
Den roten Prinz. Der ist doch der rote Prinz. Den konnte man doch auch
All
aussuchen
of a
am
sudden,
Anfang.
he grips you firmly by the chin, with the intent of inspecting your teeth.
Guckt sich meine Zähne an. Den Moment sagen, was zur Hölle er tut. Die Hand hart wegschlagen. Das mit
My,
ihm.
we are fierce, aren't we? Not to worry. I'll soon remedy that. Now then, to business. You will answer me 3 questions. The first one is this. Can you cook?
Kann ich kochen oder kann ich nicht kochen? Oder gehen. Ich sag mal, kochen ist mein Ding. Keine Ahnung, ist kochen mein Ding?
Ah, music to my beleaguered stomach. On to the second question. Can you knit, weave? In short, tailor?
Keine Ahnung. erfahren, ob ich das kann.
Oh, but to
Ich sag
feel the
jetzt erstmal
caress
ja.
of satin on my scarlet skin once more. A most satisfactory answer indeed.
Der Typ ist ja
On
witzig.
then to my final query. Have you the ability to administer the upkeep of one's personal appearance? The delicate art of cosmetics is what I'm after.
Your kind always hung closest to our divine, like wolves around a campfire.
Well, you got this wolf on a leash now.
Soon as the
Ich mach mal hier lose Voreinstellung. Weiter auf den Haaren
Dear
kauen.
Lord, I might as well try and teach mathematics to a dog chasing its tail. So, 3 questions asked, 3 questions answered. Let's evaluate, shall we?
Okay.
As per your
Was
own
ist das
testimony,
Ergebnis?
you can cook and tailor, but your personal hygiene reminds one of a carcass rotting in the sun.
Ja.
Still, beggars can't be choosers. So without further ado, I offer you my sincerest congratulations. As of now, you are my slave.
Oh, wie nett. Ich bin begeistert. So. Für was bitte hält er sich?
Ask what you must. I've nothing to
Ihnen sagen, dass ich ihn gerne eine
You should
kleben
probably
würde.
come to terms with the fact that you've half a mind, full stop. Rein in your impertinence, will you? I'm a fair man, but I won't spare the rod.
becomes a crime. I shall hold my
Okay, will er sich mit mir kloppen?
Anyway, you may leave me for a moment. We'll go over your duties once we reach Fort Joy. Now shoot!
I'm trying to concentrate.
Der ist ja ein...
They don't care about us.
When I want you to attend me, I'll whistle. Until then, go stand in a discreet corner.
Ich hab's ja nochmal ganz genau wissen wollen. So,
I spent
Namia.
my life singing for my slaves to bring me my supper. Finer fare than boiled roots and rotten tubers, too.
Ich dachte, jemand kann mir hier über den Mord noch was sagen.
Meanwhile, the Magisters feast on honeyed meat behind this very wall. The indignity.
Ist hier noch jemand zum Quatschen? Was ist hier mit Bestie?
A broad dwarf sits totally upright on the bench, eyes closed, palms face up on his knees. His beard is a cascade of meticulous plaits, each one braided through with golden medallions. He raises an eyebrow as you approach, but doesn't open his eyes.
Listen up, Ghetto. You hear that?
Okay.
As soon as the Inquisitor gets here,
Bestie.
right over the side of this ship with him.
There has been a murder, Your Majesty. Maybe that has the Magisters more concerned than your appetite.
Don't you get saucy with me when you clearly don't know the first
Direkt auf den Mord zu? Na, lieber nicht.
The ship,
Also jetzt...
of course.
Na, mal lauschen.
A wave of sound washes over you. The unintelligible chatter of your shipmates, the groaning of wood from floor to ceiling, the boom, crash and crackle of waves around you, complaints from the sea itself.
And
I'll come back to you, and you better be ready to talk here.
Never thought you'd end up a prison guard.
Right.
Stöhnt wie ein Kranker, gefällt mir ganz gut.
Sick as a leper's cat. From the state of it, I'd say she's being cared for by a bunch of beardless babes who never loved anyone but their own mums.
Got this
But there's more. Listen close.
The Inquisitor gets here, we'll hang you right over the side of this ship with him.
So, ich frag nochmal. Nee, ich frag nicht, ich lausche einfach nochmal.
There now, just like that.
How dare you classify this slop?
Squeak!
More appetizing things coming out of
Der Erzähler.
Aha!
His eyes snap open as his countenance breaks into an expression of joy. One great paw claps you on the back. The other catches you before you lose your footing.
There, you heard it, didn't you? I knew it. I knew it. Aye, this is good news, Ghetto. Good news.
Maybe that has the Magisters more concerned than your appetite.
Don't
It's the wheel, the wheel. Don't you see, you beautiful idiot? Squeaks whenever the helmsman jerks it clockwise, which means we're heading east.
Ah.
Burn my beard. That means if we've been traveling for, yes, only 10.34 nautical miles to Fort Joy.
Die Freudenfeste. Sagen, dass er nicht so über seinen herrlichen Bart reden soll.
As soon as the Inquisitor gets here, we'll hand you right over the side of this ship with it.
How dare you classify this slop as food?
Ja, okay.
I've seen more appetizing things coming out.
Dann leg mal ja wissen.
No, indeed, Gero. But that ain't my final destination.
The dwarf leans back from the table and strokes his beard, gold medallions jingling merrily. His eyes roll over to you.
That'll be all, thank ye kindly, Gero.
There has been a murder, Your Majesty. Maybe that has the Magister's more concern than more appetite.
Don't you get saucy with me when you clearly don't know the first thing about
Nichts
sauce.
sagen, sondern ihn göttlich ansehen. Fluchtplan. Ja, Fluchtplan wäre doch schon gut,
He
oder?
continues stroking his beard, a beatific smile on his lips, and doesn't acknowledge you anymore.
Your kind always hung closest to our divine.
If you'll be pardoning me, I'll be much obliged.
Ah, okay. Den Dialog habe ich jetzt... Kann ich jetzt nicht weiterführen?
You one of them? A divine order loyal? They killed a sorcerer, you know. They'll hide the evidence well enough, but make no mistake.
How dare you classify this slop as food? I've seen more appetizing things coming out of plague.
Okay.
There's nothing else
Der
I
gibt
can
mir
do,
direkt einen
Your
Hinweis.
Majesty. Turnips and water are all I...
Wer ist er hier?
Unacceptable. I've never dined on anything less than a dozen-course dinner, and I don't intend to do away with the custom.
A scruffy man lounges against the wall with scarred arms folded. A sly smile playing on his face, he stares across at the Magister guarding him. Noticing you, he straightens and beckons for you to come closer.
Watch your back, new fish. There's a murderer on board, and I'd bet 3 months' pay it's this tramp you found.
Rolling his eyes at the Magister's warning, the man named Ifan beckons again. He leans in and adjusts your collar with a sharp tug, balancing its weight so it no longer presses unpleasantly on your neck.
Oh.
He winks.
Inches less that way, right?
Hocking a phlegmy gobbet in your general direction, the sullen Magister settles back to his task of glowering at Ifan. And now, you.
We used to know each other, more's the pity. I was his commander many, many, many moons ago. Isn't that right, Vic?
Standing far back from Ifan, the tight-faced Magister draws one finger across his throat in an elaborate fashion, but says nothing. Ifan grins, flashing pointed white teeth.
Same as he was at 14 years old. Only difference is somebody gave him a bigger sword and now he's Johnny Big Pants.
Don't you get saucy with me when you clearly don't know the first thing about sauce.
Gucken mit dem Mord?
No.
Nee, mit
The
dem
dead man, Finn, is it? I'd no business with him. And I wouldn't put a man down without good reason.
He glances over at Magister Victor, who's staring back at him with pointed intensity.
Damn shame sheer annoyance isn't reason enough. The joy, I've heard a lot. Nothing good. No surprise there, since Bishop Alexander runs the show. Wonder if we'll get to meet the ringmaster himself.
Aha. Aha, jetzt wird's interessant. Jetzt kommen ja noch andere Personen ins Spiel.
Seems to me you should be a little more afraid. There's a killer about after all.
Till overboiling a bit of cabbage becomes a crime, I shall hold my head steady.
Aggressiv? Ich zeig mich mal hier ein bisschen aggressiv.
Easy now. I might think the same, but Vic here will blow a blood vessel if he hears you talking like that.
What are you conspiring about over there? You! What's your name?
Oh, don't mind him. Vic's just got a bee in his bonnet. And that bee is me.
Name?
One of us wouldn't kill our own. They're picking us off one by one.
Can we just skip to the part where I reassure you and you shut up?
You think me mad?
Ja, nö, hier, wa?
Magister
Wahrheit
Victor
bleiben.
looks at you suspiciously, then scrawls something illegible down in a tiny notebook. He scowls at you as he stows the notebook back in his voluminous robes.
Away with you. At once.
Ifan performs an elaborate pantomime of keeping quiet, one finger in front of his lips as he leans back against the wall.
Gut, das war der Dialog.
Seems to me you should be a little more afraid.
Tür ist
There's a killer
verschlossen.
about after all.
Till overboiling a bit of
Stamm.
cabbage becomes a crime,
Okay.
I shall hold my head.
Dann nehme ich mal den Stamm mit. Der hat mich weggeschickt. Da unten hat mir einer über den Mord erzählt. Wer ist denn hier noch? Sibyl.
An elf sits tucked away in a dark spot, lazily rolling dice onto the surface of a barrel. They sound like the dry cackling of an old witch.
Ja, das sind die ganzen anderen festen Herkunftscharaktere, heißen die, glaube ich, die man hätte nehmen können.
Snake Eyes.
I'll give you that knuckle if you keep carrying on.
She chuckles.
One of us wouldn't kill our own.
I bet that's just what they'll look like.
Can we just skip to the part where I reassure you and you shut up?
You think me mad?
Mad? Insufferable.
Laut überlegen muss ich machen.
Rolling dice.
What are you trying to do anyway?
Deciding fates.
Keep it quiet long enough for me to listen.
So, mal ernst nehmen hier. Die Elfen.
Don't worry, honey. It isn't
Frau.
yours.
She looks you up and down with the merest hint of a coy smile on her lips.
Never say never, though.
Gut, gehen wir nochmal ein bisschen hier.
She eyes you quite seriously.
Not the future, no. But I can read the past in flesh. One of the perks of being an elf, you see. I'm quite good at it, too. I could lick your arm and tell you how you spent the night before last. Shall I?
I'll give you that knuckle if you keep carrying on.
Ja, wieso eigentlich nicht?
One of us wouldn't.
She gives your arm a vigorous stroke of the tongue, efficient like a cat grooming.
Witzig!
You were in a cellar with other sorcerers. A dark, dank place. I remember it well. As everyone lay sleeping, you sat in the dark with wakeful eyes, looking rather lovingly at... me!
Aha.
Huh. My, aren't you a pretty cup full of sugar and spice?
Dankeschön. So. Na, hier.
Of course it is. The truth's right there, skin deep. But don't you worry, darling. Your secret's safe with me. I don't lick and tell.
Okay. So. Jetzt habe ich mich hier mit allen unterhalten. Jetzt kann ich doch zu Magister Dingsbums hier hingehen. Wotas?
So, anything interesting for me? I'll take that as a no.
Aber der eine Typi, der hat mir doch erzählt, dass... Was war denn das gleich nochmal? Nicht Bestie,
I didn't do
sondern
nothing,
er.
okay? It was one of them. One of your people. Human.
Kid, you been down by the room up the hall?
No.
If you'll be pardoning me, I'll be much obliged.
Gut, jetzt sagt mir keiner mehr was über den Mord. Was mit ihm? Fane.
The elf is reading a volume of Cranley Hubert's famous encyclopedia. He looks up, his big round eyes scanning your body, absorbing every detail. He reaches out and takes your hand, turning it this way and that, examining it from every angle. Finally, he pinches your skin, gently tugging at it.
Fascinating.
He sits back and returns to his book, flicking quickly from page to page, completely oblivious to your presence.
Das sind auf jeden Fall eine Menge Dialoge hier.
There has been a murder, Your Majesty. Maybe that has the Magister's more concern.
Don't you get saucy with me when you clearly don't know the first thing about sauce.
Dass er Händchen halten könnte.
I have already examined it and found it quite ordinary. What more could I possibly... Oh dear. I seem to have crossed some cultural taboo. How... difficult.
Okay, cultural taboo.
You have my apologies, human. Perhaps I should demand the same from those red-cloaked humans. They laid their hands on me more than once.
Nach dem Buch fragen. Ihn hier irgendwie anmachen, wa? Das ist hier die erste Variante.
Ah, yes. The niceties.
Der Typ redet ein
My
bisschen
name is
wirr, oder?
Fane. I am a scholar from...
Ah.
Well, I am a seeker of knowledge. That is enough.
Gut.
It is pleasurable to meet you. Hardly. I've been reading this one for several minutes, and I have yet to find a single insight into the mysteries of the universe. It is simultaneously too detailed and insufficient. I know the beginning of this tale and the end, but I am rather missing the middle. Tell me, what do you know of our world's history?
So. Da gibt es auf jeden Fall einiges an Beziehungen zwischen den... Oder Beziehungsmöglichkeiten hier mit den ganzen Dialogen. Mensch. Musiker. Na, das würde ihm vielleicht gefallen, wa? Die Mystiker-Geschichte.
Most unusual. And if it's not too rude to suggest, not much of an answer.
Okay.
No. I want to know about the Celestial. I want to know about your gods. This text tells me that they created all creatures, but nothing of what came before. Where did these gods come from? Who are their people? Where are the others of their kind?
Woher kommen die Götter? Natürlich eine gute Frage. Ich gebe einfach mal zu, dass ich es nicht
Of course
weiß.
you don't have any useful information. Why did I expect anything else? Now please, run along. I have a world to decipher.
No amount of pestering will get the elf to take his eyes off his book or respond to your questions.
Das Gespräch ist beendet. So. Jetzt war ich hier bei allen, die auf jeden Fall nicht so ein Magister sind in dem Raum. Aber die Magister...
Here's the
Nicht so
register,
viel zu
ma.
sagen, wa?
Good, good. Magister Williams has just about done with the last passenger. You faring okay so far?
Dass ich schon Schlimmeres erlebt habe. Fragen, ob ihn das wirklich interessiert. Fragen, ob mit ihm alles in Ordnung wäre, wenn er einen Halsring wie ein Hund hätte. Ah, das nehme
He
ich.
tugs the collar of his uniform and chuckles.
Okay, alles klar.
Sorry you're upset, ma'am, but we all wear what we wear for a reason.
Es muss ja, es muss
You head
ja.
on in now. Williams will get you sorted fast.
So, aber da gehen wir in der nächsten Folge rein. Für dieses Mal danke ich fürs Zuschauen und bis zum nächsten Mal.